Listen closely. Right now, at this very moment, someone is watching you. No, I'm not talking about your neighbor, your friends, or even the people scrolling through your social media. I mean something deeper, something hidden. You're being monitored in ways you cannot even imagine. Every step you take, every word you say, every thought you project. It's being tracked. And when you discover why you're being watched, the truth will shock you, because it's not for the reason you think. Pause for a second. Think about the last time you felt that eerie sensation that someone was staring at you. The chills, the sudden urge to look over your shoulder, the moment when the hair on your arms stood straight up. You told yourself it was nothing, just paranoia. But it wasn't. That was a signal. That was a moment when the veil slipped, and you felt the eyes on you. Here's what they don't want you to know. Chosen individuals, people who carry a certain energy, are always under surveillance. Not with cameras alone, not just through algorithms, but with forces that operate in the shadows. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever wondered why life feels heavier for you, it's because you're not ordinary. They know it, and they're watching to see what you'll do next. Think about your life so far. Haven't you noticed how people always seem unusually curious about you? Strangers staring too long, people asking questions that don't make sense, others copying your style, your words, your moves, as if they're trying to decode you. It's not by accident. The world recognizes light when it sees it, and those who carry that light are treated like a rare specimen under a microscope. But it goes deeper than that. This monitoring isn't just physical, it's spiritual. When you enter a room, the energy shifts. People can't explain it, but they feel it. And because of that, some are drawn to you, while others are disturbed by you. They watch you because they're trying to figure out what it is about you, why you're different, why you can't be ignored. And yet, the most unsettling part isn't that strangers watch you. It's that invisible systems are tracking every move of your growth, every decision, every moment of hesitation, every act of courage. It's almost as if you're part of a test you didn't know you signed up for. And the ones monitoring you, they're waiting to see if you'll rise into who you really are, or if you'll collapse under the weight of it all. You've felt this, haven't you? You've noticed how when you make progress, obstacles suddenly appear out of nowhere. When you start walking in purpose, distractions are thrown at you left and right. When you get closer to your breakthrough, suddenly, people around you begin to act strangely. This is not coincidence. This is surveillance in action, spiritual surveillance. The watchers are trying to measure your strength, to see if you can hold on to the light no matter what is sent your way. And here's the shocking part. Most people don't even realize they're being watched because they've got nothing special to monitor, but you carry something. A vibration, a frequency, a divine assignment. And because of that, your life isn't private the way you think. You're walking through a world where both seen and unseen eyes are fixed on you. Have you ever wondered why you can't get away with the things others do? They lie, cheat, steal, manipulate, and somehow walk away untouched. But when you try even the smallest thing out of line, the consequences hit you instantly. That's because you're not like them. You're being monitored on another level. Every action you take carries weight. You are under a microscope, and that microscope belongs to forces that don't want you to fail, and forces that do. Both sides are watching, and you might be asking, why me? Why this constant feeling of surveillance? The answer is because you were marked long before you even knew who you were. Your soul carries an assignment, And whether you accept it or not, you've been chosen for something greater. That's why people talk about you when you're not around. That's why eyes lock on you in silence. That's why situations shift the moment you step in. You are a piece on the board that everyone is watching, because your next move could change the entire game. But here's the catch. The monitoring isn't designed to scare you. It's designed to refine you. Diamonds are always kept under close watch. Gold is always guarded. Priceless artifacts are never left unattended. The fact that you feel monitored means you're valuable beyond measure. And the truth they don't want you to realize is that once you understand your worth, their surveillance no longer intimidates you, it empowers you. Let's go deeper. Have you noticed how, at times, people seem to know things about you they shouldn't know? They sense your struggles without you telling them. They pick up on your victories before you even share them. It's as if your energy announces your reality before your words do. That's spiritual monitoring. The unseen world reads vibration better than it reads language. Your spirit speaks louder than your mouth ever could. And when you begin to embrace that, something shifts. You stop seeing monitoring as an invasion, and you start recognizing it as confirmation. Confirmation that you're not like the rest. Confirmation that your life is bigger than your environment. Confirmation that your moves matter in ways that echo beyond your imagination. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. If you know you're being monitored, how will you live differently? Will you cower under the pressure, constantly paranoid, wishing for invisibility? Or will you stand taller, knowing the very fact that you're being watched means you are the one with power? Because here's what nobody told you. Surveillance is never wasted on the ordinary. They only monitor those who have the ability to shift reality. And that's where you come in. Your entire life has been preparing you for a moment, the moment when you finally realize why the eyes never leave you. Because when you awaken to that truth, you stop being the observed, and you start being the one who controls the game. And when that shift happens, the watchers themselves are shaken, because they realize you're no longer afraid of their gaze. But here's where it gets unsettling. The deeper reason why they monitor you is about to come to light, and when you uncover it, everything you thought you knew about your life will change forever. Because here's the part no one dares to tell you. The monitoring isn't just about curiosity, it's about containment. They don't just want to watch what you do, they want to measure how far you can go before you realize who you truly are. The eyes on you are not neutral. Some are rooting for your rise, but others are terrified of it. They watch because they know the moment you fully step into your power, everything shifts. Their control weakens. Their illusions collapse. Their games are exposed. You've probably felt it, that strange resistance whenever you move toward your destiny. Doors that should be open suddenly slam shut. People who promise to support you disappear at the exact moment you need them. Opportunities that seem certain are suddenly delayed. That's not coincidence. That's interference. The watchers who fear your awakening create obstacles to test whether you'll give up or keep pushing. They monitor you because your persistence terrifies them. Every time you refuse to quit, you shake their system. And here's where it gets shocking. Your life has been coded like a script, and every choice you make is being recorded. When you step into alignment with your true self, that record echoes in unseen realms. When you fall into fear and doubt, they note it too. It's not about punishment, it's about data. They're studying your soul like scientists study stars, watching to see if you'll burn out or shine brighter. But what they don't expect is this. You have the ability to flip the script, to change the outcome, to take control of the very monitoring system that's been watching you, because the moment you become conscious of it, you are no longer just the observed. You become the observer, and once you start watching them, everything changes. You begin to see patterns. You notice who appears when you're about to level up. You notice the sudden distractions that arrive right before breakthroughs. You realize nothing has been random. It's all been an organized watch. And now that you see it, you can move differently. Imagine this for a moment. You wake up tomorrow fully aware that every step you take is being monitored. But instead of being afraid, you walk with intention. Every word you speak is measured, not in fear, but in purpose. Every decision you make carries power, because you know unseen eyes are taking notes. That awareness turns you into something unstoppable, because if they're going to watch, then you're going to give them something worth watching. And that's the twist. The watchers have been waiting for you to realize that you were never powerless in this. You've been the main character the entire time. Think about it. Why do movies follow the hero so closely? Why do cameras stay on the one who matters most? Because their journey is the one that changes everything. That's you. That's why you've been monitored. Not because you're weak, but because you're too important to ignore. But it doesn't end there. The moment you step into your power, the energy shifts so strongly that even the watchers are forced to respond. They can no longer simply observe in silence. They must reveal themselves through the actions of people around you. Suddenly, you'll notice hidden enemies expose themselves. People who pretended to support you will slip up and reveal their true intentions. Systems that tried to keep you contained will start to crack. It won't be random, it'll be the watchers reacting to your awakening. And here's the truth that shocks most people. The surveillance isn't going away. You can't hide from it, because it was never meant to be escaped. It was meant to be mastered. You were never called to live unseen. You were called to live in such a way that even under constant observation, you remain unshaken. You were called to carry your light boldly enough that those who monitor you are forced to admit they cannot dim it. Think of every trial you faced, every betrayal, every strange setback, every sudden shift of people watching you with silent eyes. None of it was wasted. It was all evidence of your value. They wouldn't be monitoring you if you didn't carry something powerful. They wouldn't test you if you weren't capable of passing. And they wouldn't fear you if you weren't already destined to win. So here's the question that remains. What will you do with the knowledge that you're being monitored? Will you shrink, wishing for invisibility, or will you rise, knowing that your life is already under a spotlight, so you may as well give them something undeniable to witness? Because when you rise, when you stop hiding, the watchers themselves become powerless. They can no longer control you, because their greatest weapon, fear, no longer works. And maybe, just maybe, the monitoring was never about control at all. Maybe it was the universe's way of making sure you never forgot your worth. Maybe every eye on you has been a reminder that your presence carries impact, that your energy shifts rooms, that your very existence demands attention. You are not invisible because you were never meant to be. You are not ordinary because you were never created to be. So the next time you feel that chill, that sensation that someone is watching, don't panic. Smile, stand tall, walk with even greater purpose, because the truth is, they are watching. And the reason will always shock you. It's because you matter. You carry something too powerful to go unnoticed. You are here to change everything. And whether they admit it or not, everyone, both seen and unseen, is waiting to see just how far you will go. And the answer, as far as you decide.